Belgium versus Singapore. Also going on. Rosters on the screen there for you. I have to think that this match must be going fairly slowly. I'm not entirely sure what the case is exactly, but this is another losers round 1 matchup. They are 3-2 Belgium. Obviously on Nomad 2 currently, about a third of the way through, so we'll kind of get going on this one. Perhaps a surprising result here. I don't know that necessarily would have expected to see Belgium leading this matchup, but very impressive stuff from them. Let's see if we can't get maybe an MP. I would like to see what's been going on in this match. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. So far, we've had like back-to-back 2-point swings. We had Belgium winning the first 2 points, then Singapore winning the 2 points after that, then Belgium winning their own pick of Hard Rock 1 before Singapore chose the Nomad 2 here. Looks like Singapore is just hard opting into tapping. They've gone Double Time 2, Free Mod 1, Nomad 2, whereas Belgium has also kind of gone mechanics, Nomad 1, DT 1, Hard Rock 1, straight down those 3. So perhaps a clear delineation of skill sets between these two teams. Another player that I've spoken to about this pool is Hanori. We discussed the lack of aim in general and how he and his team kind of feel like aim players a little bit, so not the greatest situation for them to be in, but they still found the Nomad 1, DT1, you know, as options. DT1 didn't go as well as they may have liked, but Nomad 1 and Hard Rock 1 at least did. And Singapore, for their part, just genetics abusers. I don't know. They're just abusing genetics, and you know, of course, this is quite a departure, right? Last year, Singapore got all the way to the grand finals from winner's side. You know, they did end up losing in a very, very one-sided grand final plus bracket reset where they only won 2 points across 16 maps. But this is a team that was top 2 last year, and here they find themselves at 3-3 in losers round 1 against, you know, unassuming little Belgium. Like, not a team that is historically one of those late stage powerhouses. So it's a very interesting thing to see. But 3-3 goes the score after the fairly one-sided affair there on the Nomad 2. Actually, not that one-sided. I'm really lying. That it was 354K. Does that count as one-sided? Where do you guys draw the line for one-sided? It's 354K really in 4v4 doesn't necessarily feel like it's one-sided, but it really, that the entire time we were watching that map, it didn't really feel like Belgium had a chance, so who knows. But now you will be able to see, of course, the previous picks in the ban. Singapore banning Nomad 4, Belgium banning DT3. Previous picks including Nomad 1, Nomad 2, Hard Rock 1, DT1, DT2, Free Mod 1. So 1 pick left per team, and possibly a tiebreaker if this continues the way it's been going. And, excuse me, it's going to be Free Mod 3. So that's going to be kind of a departure from any of the previous picks, which have been more along the raw mechanics sort of angle. This now is going to go into that CS5 Air 8. Does have a decent amount of aim. There is some aim requirement to this, but also some anti-aim, also a little light reading and precision. So, you know, it's a standard, relatively early round, quote-unquote anti-mod. I've never really liked the term anti-mod, but anti-mod selection. I don't know if this map has been seen as of yet. Obviously, we didn't have it in Philippines versus Russia. And I was not awake. Let's see, for Thailand versus Australia. Okay, it was played in Thailand versus Australia. It was Thailand's first pick, in fact, and they won it. And Their scores look pretty good because Lasperia and Salvatore are really good. The scores in general look pretty good on this, so we'll see if the trend continues. We got some over mods previously. Thailand running full mods. Australia running 3 mod players, including an easy. Wait, is that an easy FC? Yo, that's an easy FC, isn't it? Wait, it's an easy FC and they still didn't win. Dang. What a shame that is. Poor JGLF. Australia got an easy FC and lost by 20,000 points after the easy multiplier. Oh, man. That... Ouch. That is pain. All right, well, at any rate, we will go in with Honori, Vol, Mornis, and 5 Yoshi. 5 whole Yoshis, not just 4 Yoshis, but 5. Dawnwing, Wick, Hecacia, and GS Blank for Singapore. One of those long-standing tournament players, GS Blank. That dude has been around for a while. Same for Honori and 5 Yoshi. I know somebody's been around for a while when they've been in the tournament scene for as long as I have been involved in the tournament scene, because that takes you back to 2017. We've seen a lot of players come and go, but we've also seen some players stick around, and they're really feeling like the true veterans of the scene. And some new players coming in and showing what they are made of as well. So far, 1 break per team through the first 250 combo. Honori, Mornis, Yoshi holding while Vol breaks. Dawnwing, Wick, and GS Blank holding while Acacia breaks. So it is a small advantage to Belgium, but the combo lead is in favor of Singapore. And there goes Vol again, so it's going to make that combo lead a little bit bigger. And we do again see a bit of overmod, 1 extra mod player. Similar setups here. 1 hard rock, 1 hidden hard rock per team. Really would be nice if Yoshi and Mornis were in opposite slots though, because then it would be like perfect. Everybody would be in the same slots in either team. Anyway, lead 50k. Not a whole lot. Accuracy relatively similar, but unfortunately Vol down at 94% is actually, I think, the margin of this lead for Singapore is just the fact that Vol is at 94 AC. I believe Belgium would be either tied or in the lead if not for that. But there's a break from Wick, and that's what's actually going to matter. That's going to give the lead over to Belgium as we are at the 2/3 mark of the map. That's a pretty big break from Wick, actually. That's a big break from Hecacia as well. It takes it down to Dawnwing and GS Blank with no supporting combo at all. Meanwhile, Belgium still 3 full combos intact, and Vol up at 425 combo as well. That might be job done for Belgium here. We come into the very end of the map. Yoshi with the break. He's the hidden only player. But there goes GS Blank, and that is going to be all she wrote for this pick. Not sure what Yoshi broke on, but it's okay. There's that big linear jump pentagon-shaped thing. There goes Honori as well near the ending. Mornis is holding on to the ending. Fortunately, it's a 300k lead because Belgium is struggling here in these last moments with this diff spike. But, wow. Mornis, well done, sir. Hard Rock full combo brings it home for the Belgian lads. Honori and Yoshi putting up 738 and 728k respectively. Just Blank at 758, Dawnwing at 777k, but just not quite the overall performance that Singapore would have needed to try to get a break point. And it is 4-3 now, Belgium, with a match point on defending second place finishers, Singapore. This is a scary moment. Singapore could get eliminated this early. what's the pick here for Singapore? Last pick before possibly going to TB. You've got Nomad 3, Hidden 1, Hidden 2, Hard Rock 2, Fremod 2. I think they should pick a 2. But I don't know what the 2 is to pick here. Actually, I mean, they've been picking like tapping mechanics, but there aren't any of those left. If you want flow aim, you've got Hard Rock 2 and kind of Nomad 3, but that's a little more about those like square snaps. Boy. Yeah, there's some thought going into this one for sure. And it is going to be Nomad 3. So we will end up getting another Nomad 3 pick. It'd be interesting to see 2 matches in a row end on Nomad 3 if Belgium can get the break point here. Not gonna redo my spiel about this song. Y'all were here 10 minutes ago for it. Must win here for Singapore. Have to avoid the break point or they are eliminated. Belgium actually, you know, I'm thinking about this. Belgium is kind of playing with house money here, right? A, they're the underdogs, but B, the tiebreaker is literally just raw aim with like 2 streams. I have to think that that might kind of favor them a little bit. Like, there's a chance that kind of favors them a little bit, but the streams, you know, if they're uncomfortable on the streams, then that could take them out. So we'll see, but I feel like the tiebreaker being a lot of aim maybe favors Belgium just a little bit. Obviously, you'd rather win on this and avoid the tiebreaker scenario entirely, but if it goes there, you're on a map that doesn't feel terrible. Meanwhile, if you're Singapore, you're thinking, okay, we have to win this, and then we also have to win a super aim-heavy tiebreaker where we've lost the Nomad 1, we lost the Hard Rock 1, we lost the Fremod 3, which is kind of aimy as well. So it's an, you know, a bit of a scary spot to be in. And that being said, like I mentioned, there are a couple of streams in the tiebreaker. So if it does go to that, if Singapore does force the TB, you know, they have that thought in the back of their head, like, hey, we're better at tapping maps. A couple of the hard parts of the tiebreaker are a couple longer streams, but despite the most of it being aim, so, you know, got to keep the confidence up no matter how you do it. Singapore also probably telling themselves, hey, we finished 2nd place in this thing last year. Like, we are supposed to be the better team. Belgium, maybe a little bit of that underdog mentality can help, though. Hard to say. A lot of different mental aspects, especially at this stage of a match, where you're on the last pick before a possible TB. We've got Hanori, Venumi, Mornis, and Amirsu, Dawnwing Inquisitives, Grantorio, and Q-Stronaut. I'm obviously just replace the A with the Q, but that's kind of cool to just call him Q-Stronaut anyway, so. In we go, let's see. You know, last time this was played, it felt like a lot of the breaks were just on those couple of disc bikes, those linears and the squares in the Kiais. We'll see if that happens again this time. One break in the slow section before the last Ki ended up really being the difference maker in Russia versus Philippines, so hopefully we don't have anything like that happen again. But into the first Ki we go, and it's Mornis with the immediate break. Not what you want to see if you're Belgium, especially coming off of, you know, the carry performance a couple maps ago on the last map, I should say, on Hard Rock on that free mod. And here we go into the hard part of the Ki. It's Hanori and Mornis Inquisitives falling on the square. But that is a triple FC for Singapore versus a single FC for Belgium. But there go Dawnwing, Grantorio, Q-Stronaut, and Mirsu. It's a full reset. 8 players in the lobby, 8 breaks in the first Ki. We have literally no combo coming into the second verse of the map. Oh, goodness me. Everyone just fell by the wayside. And it's basically dead even at 70k score difference coming into this middle portion of the map. Usually you expect to see somebody hit the diff spike, but Evidently, the situation got to him. Those lights were just a little bit too bright. And instead, it's an 8-way reset, and we come back to square one going into this slow part. The nerves will be building because they know, oh goodness. And we slow down. Do not miss in this section because you can instantly lose the map if you miss in this section. And it's Mirsu. It's Mirsu. Somebody broke in this section again, and it was on the exact same spot as last time. And now that's a big combo lead for Singapore because this is basically all free combo up to that point. And now it is going to be Singapore trying to run with that lead a little bit. Mirsu, another break, but Inquisitive's breaks as well as Q-Stronaut. Venumi follows up next. We have Hanori, Mornis, Dawnwing, Grantorio. It's a slight combo lead for Belgium, but there goes Hanori. That was their combo lead, and it is now gone. Meanwhile, Grantorio, Dawnwing continue to hold. There goes Grantorio. Dawnwing versus Mornis. Can Mornis be the hero once again? Coming into the last moments of the map. It's not going to be much time left. It's not going to be much score gap between the teams. 80, 90K, but 80 to 90K is all it might take, and Dawnwing isn't breaking. And that's all that's going to matter. Singapore, hold on into the ending. Despite the best efforts of Mornis, Hanori, and Co. on the side of Belgium, Singapore makes the most of that lead. And they take it by 90K, and they force the first tiebreaker of our round of 16 / losers bracket round 1 week. Oh, baby. Who would have thought Belgium versus Singapore tiebreak? If you did, good job. Because it is time. Oh, is it ever time for We Are Dreamers, which is a lot of aim, a couple of streams. This is, I feel like this is just quote-unquote farm, but the streams kind of prevent it from being just blatant farm. It's 205 BPM, that's not crazy fast. But this is essentially just a longer, Nomad 1, is effectively what you're seeing here. It's a 5-minute long Nomad 1. Also, what is... What's this? I was looking at the DTPP for this, but it's literally 2 minutes and 10 stars, so never mind. So we have had a couple of aim maps played in this match, as much aim as there is in this pool. We had Nomad 1, won by Belgium. DT1, won by Singapore. Fremont 3, won by Belgium. Kind of aim, but, you know, CS5 AR8, so the aim requirement isn't quite at the same tier. Hard Rock 1, not really an aim map. Has a little bit of aim, but not really an aim map. Belgium won that as well. Singapore, though, they won DT1. They won Tapping Heavy Fremont 1, Tapping Heavy Nomad 2. Also, notably, Belgium did get a break point on DT2. Which is interesting to me. So maybe they have a little more tapping than I would have expected? I don't know. But I hope you guys like Uma Musume, because that's what it's time for. We're 5 minutes away from finding out the victor. Who will it be? Let's go. Tenori, Vol, Mortis, 5, Yoshi, Dawnwing, Q-Stronaut, GS Blank, Inquisitives. Singapore trying to use that pedigree to close this out on tiebreaker after really being pushed to their limits by this Belgian roster. Well, Belgium trying to pull off what would be a pretty big win for them. I mean, granted, this is 31 seed versus 18, so it's not like Singapore's, a top 10 seed or something, but 31 over 18 would still be a pretty notable upset. There was Inquisitives on that intro stream. Is that a sign of things to come? I would not like to hope so. The act drops from Belgium, 92 for Hanori, but he made it through. 96 from Yoshi, also made it through. And now you get just kind of some free combo. It's one of these maps where you just play for a while and then a diff spike happens. No Mud ones will be like that. I'll also mention that Dawnwing had an early break. I apologize for missing that. It's going to be Belgium with a little bit of a lead. We're going to get into the first pre-Ki diff spike here. We've got a couple of streams. Everybody makes it through. Big jump pattern. Everybody makes it through. Another stream. Everybody makes it through. No breaks on the first diff spike, and into the first Ki we will go. I kind of expected someone to break in that, and nobody did. They're playing well. The aim feeling good for all 8 members of this lobby. It starts to get scary the bigger and bigger those combos get, of course. It gets almost terrifying, really. Score lead 70k still for Belgium. A couple of early misses from Singapore. There goes Inquisitives once again. Unfortunately, not having quite as good of a time as other players here in this match. More stream. Both teams get through there, but it's Inquisitives now quite far behind. An 80k lead for Belgium. They didn't really manage to make a lot of score lead out of that break as of yet, but it's a long song. It's a long map. Plenty of occasions, plenty of time for anything to happen. There goes Mornis. That is the first break for Belgium, but it's traded back by GS Blank instantly. Qstronaut follows up on the stream. Hanori as well. And we get through the aim with just Vol. The only player in the lobby with combo is a member of the Belgian roster. You start to hear those little rumblings of this upset in the back of your mind, but he breaks. And now we are basically on level playing field. It's a 166k lead for Belgium, but there is no combo advantage to be seen anywhere. Boy, if Vol could have held through that section, that would have been massive for Belgium. Unfortunately, just not able to do so. There's a little bit of combo on Dawnwing Qstronaut, but it's roughly matched by Mornis, Hanori, Yoshi as well, ahead of Inquisitives and GS Blank. So advantage will stay with Belgium. There goes Qstronaut matching Vol. Still a third of the map to go. Still only a 180k lead. But that's kind of just enough to cling to if you're Belgium. Just try to push the thoughts, push the nerves out of your mind. Dawnwing breaks. Another stream. Dawnwing breaks again. Through the big aim, through the triples, and Belgium hold. That's another one of those checkpoints reached now. Less than a quarter of the map to go. Only the ending Ki and the very end to come. There are some big jumps, but the lead is going to be such that it may not even end up mattering. Will they all make it through the death streams? Yoshi breaks, but GS Blank Inquisitives both miss. There goes Qstronaut. Vol and Yoshi trade again, but Hanori and Mornis hold, and that will do it. Mornis, the hero for Belgium, and Hanori playing his part well also. And this will be a massive upset win. This is Belgium performing, and this is what I said. You go into this tiebreaker that is so aim-focused with a roster that is so good at aim, and this is the sort of thing that can happen. It's the great equalizer that is Nomad 1. And Belgium using that equalizer to full effect here. Hanori and Mornis bringing some massive combo into the ending. Singapore unable to do much of anything, and that is going to be it. That is going to be Belgium 5-4, taking out Singapore in tiebreaker, upsetting the defending second place finishers from last year, and advancing onward into losers round 2. We say goodbye to Singapore much earlier than anybody could have possibly expected. They now become the second team eliminated from the bracket. And Belgium advances onward. What a showing. 611K from Mornis, just one miss. Hanori, 573K, 4 misses for him. Nobody over 500K from Singapore. That really tells the tale right there. A great performance. 3 out of the 4 members for Belgium outscored all 4 members of Singapore. And they take the tiebreaker. They take the win 5-4. And onward they go. One of the biggest wins I can think of for a Belgian team in a World Cup tournament. Very, very well done to them. And we'll see them next week in the second round of the losers bracket.